Hi guys! So today I'm going to be putting together my spreads for January. And I like to start off with having a calendar in the front of it. I like to add a lot of astrological info to this one. What signs the moons are transiting into, different astrological events. I even add when the void of course moons are. And just different things that I like to work with. And then I add a few more things to the page beside it. After that, I do my weekly spreads. And I do a very structured weekly. I've tried like rolling weeklies before and different things, but they never really work out for me. I really like more structured space to write in. I know it's already done at the beginning of the month, so I don't have to worry about it. So I've added the major moon phases as well as the astrological sign that the moon is in for each particular day. And I get this information from the Ephemeris on Cafe Astrology. Now for the days that have two astrological signs, I'm adding in the time that the moon transits from one to the other. I'm also adding in the other major astrological events, like Uranus going direct on the 10th. And I'm adding in when the void of course moon starts and ends. And I'm adding just a little bit of silver to the moons and color to the other events. On the other side of the page, I'm adding in two little sections with black craft paper. One will be for my goals and the other one for my social media stats. And I added in my Twitch channel as well because I want to go back to it this year. Now using more of my tea stain paper, I'm adding a quote to my page. And this says, "Be the moon and inspire people, even when you're far from full." Now my theme for this month, I was trying to think of something that represented the cold and being comfortable and warm and snuggly, you know. And I kept thinking of log cabins and wood stoves and hot chocolate and that kind of thing, like camping under the stars. So I think this is kind of how this came about. I was thinking cold like mountains, but on a clear night you can still see a million stars. And I am just using regular sketchbook paper for this. I am going to layer different elements on top of it, so I'm not too worried that it's not going to be perfect. So once that was dry, I went and speckled some white acrylic over it for stars. And then I started layering some mountains. And this is my tea stain paper as well as some gray, I think it came from Amazon, honestly, Amazon packing paper. And I just kind of layered it up. So once everything was in place, I just took a small brush and some black acrylic paint and did some shadows of some trees. I realized my mistake afterwards. I should have done the gray trees first and then the black trees over top of it. Doing this just kind of gives it a little bit more perspective. And I'm just adding a few larger stars with my white gel pen. So for my weekly spreads, I went ahead and added the dates to the top corner of all the pages. So this little piece of watercolor I'm gluing onto the side, and I'm only gluing 3 sides of it down so it creates a little pocket. I came up with this idea because there was simply too many things that I wanted to add to my weekly spreads, and I just didn't have the space for it all. On the other side, I'm adding in a little mountain with some more watercolor, and this will just give me a section for notes. In the bottom corner, I'm adding a habit tracker, and I've learned from experience that I cannot track too many habits at the same time. So I'm just doing a general one for my yoga and reading for now. And I'm just adding a little section for my weekly budget and my grocery list. And with my gray and black markers, I am adding in some shadow trees just at the bottom of the watercolor. This is then split up into 2 sections for my weekly tarot pull and whatever spell or magical exercise that I'm working on that week. Now I've added some borders around the page as well as some more drawing elements to it just to fill in the empty space. So there are the weeklies done, and each one is just a little bit different. So I also wanted to give myself a little section every month for working with the full and the new moons. This one is the wolf moon in Cancer. And I just glued down some more of that gray paper just to give myself a little section for plans or information about the moon that I want to keep. I'm also adding in a little tarot spread below it. This is from Ethony's Tarot by the Moon. I'm doing the same thing for the new moon with some black craft paper. And this is the new moon in Aquarius. And again, the tarot spread is from Ethony's PDF. I'll put a link down in the description below for where you can sign up to get a copy. I'm just adding a little bit of shading just to make it stand out a little bit more with pencil crayon. I'm also adding silver pen to the Aquarius symbol and the title. Thanks for watching, and I hope you like this video and subscribe if you want to see more of them. Next time I'm going to be doing more witchy stuff in the back of the book, so I hope you look forward to that. See you next time.